It's been said that to drive in India, you need three things: a good horn, good brakes, and good luck. Anyone who's visited this country knows that a cab ride through the city shares many of the same qualities of a good game of Mario Kart, but the real version has much higher stakes. Weaving in and out of traffic, coming within inches of other cars, and the minimal attention that's paid to traffic signals creates a thrilling but frightening experience on the streets that you won't soon forget. The only comfort brought to passengers is by the lack of speed at which you can travel due to heavy traffic congestion. The road transportation network of India, or lack thereof, creates substantial challenges to the growth of this nation. While the land size of India is approximately 1/3 the size of the United States, its population is nearly 4 times that of the US. Being the second most populated country in the world with 1.2 billion people, the challenges faced by this country to continue to develop and improve their roadways is quite complex with no easy answers. The roadways of India make up about 2 million miles, yet only half of their roads are adequately paved. And although India has more than 50 national highways, most of these are 2 lanes or less. The 10 most populous cities of India total over 100 million people, and there are over 50 cities with population exceeding 1 million. Compare this to the United States, which only has 9 cities over 1 million, and it becomes clear that the overcrowded metropolises are a major barrier to improving the roads in urban areas. Of India's population, auto owners are only about 15 for every 1,000 people. However, when you realize the overall population is 1.2 billion, that puts about 18 million cars on India's roads. When traveling through many of the major cities, it's not uncommon to see rickshaws, which are 3-wheeled taxi cabs, ox-drawn carts, or what has become known as the nano family. This is a family of 4 that travel all on one motorcycle. This overuse of roads causes increased wear and tear, which deteriorates the quality of roads at an increased rate, and also makes it difficult to clear the roads for major construction projects. Along with the strain put on the roads within India's cities, there is still nearly 80% of India's population living in rural areas which don't have access to all-weather roads. This means that during the monsoon season, travel from these areas is nearly impossible. This creates 2 distinct problems for the people of India. First, many of the poor rural population will attempt to migrate to urban areas throughout the year in search of work. Second, almost 1/4 of India's economy comes from agriculture. This makes growth tough when half the battle is fought just in bringing products to market for sale. While the government's annual expenditure on road development and improvement totals around $6 billion, there is still a vast amount of work to be done. A major project completed by the National Highway Authority of India in 2012 was the Golden Quadrilateral Project. This project constructed 4-lane highways, 2 in each direction, to connect the 4 largest cities, Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, and Kolkata, and it also connects through some of India's major cities. Upon completion, the length of the Golden Quadrilateral Highway, or GQH, was just over 3,600 miles. While this is a major positive step forward, there is still much work to be done. The efforts are still continuing, and there are plans to add additional lanes to this network. Until there are dramatic improvements to the highway network of India, foreign direct investment will remain stagnant. Companies who see tremendous potential for the manufacturing and service capabilities of India are still hesitant to set up operations in a place which is choked with roadway congestion. Dabbawalas are one of the vital pulse points of Mumbai, India's financial and commercial mecca. The word Dabbawala literally translated means box person. The Dabbawalas are a group of 5,000 delivery persons who make it possible for over 130,000 business people throughout Mumbai to have a hot, home-cooked meal at the office every day. The 260,000 daily transactions is mind-blowing when you consider that this is all done without the use of computers or cell phones. A proud tradition of Mumbai, the service has been in place for over 120 years, and while the demands placed on the Dabbawalas has changed considerably throughout time, their method for accurate, fast, and reliable service has not. Typically, a Dabbawala will begin a day by picking up 25 to 30 dabbas from the homes of various clients. He will then bring them to the centralized rail station, such as Victoria train station pictured here. The dabbas will then be cross-docked onto carts and delivered out by a different Dabbawala. the same process is used to pick up the empty daba and to return it to the home of the client. While the job of the dabawala may not sound glamorous or intriguing to many of us, it is a highly regarded job in Mumbai. The typical dabawala will bring home nearly 7,000 rupees each month. Considering most of them are illiterate, this income is considerably higher than the 1,200 rupees earned by most unskilled laborers of India.
Railway transportation is a very common mode of long-distance transportation throughout India. It has the world's fourth largest railway network after those of the United States, Russia, and China. The railways carry over 30 million passengers and 2.8 million tons of freight daily. Passenger trains are a frequent mode of transportation for many urban business workers, and overcrowded trains is a huge problem. Nearly all operations in India are handled by a state-owned organization called Indian Railways, which is overseen by the Ministry of India, a government organization. These operations include both passenger and freight travel. It is the world's second largest commercial or utility employer by number of employees, with more than 1.36 million workers. In total, India's rail network spans throughout the country, covering over 64,000 kilometers, or 39,770 miles. There is still a great demand for railway expansion. Reliability proves to be one of the greatest challenges facing India's power infrastructure development, and this lack of reliability makes many companies hesitant to build facilities in India. Though power failures have decreased significantly in recent years, they are still a frequent occurrence, even in developed areas like Delhi, Mumbai, and Bangalore. Businesses and factories who choose to do business in India have to build diesel power generators, adding a significant cost to the price of building and maintaining facilities. Access to power in India has increased dramatically over the last 5 years, though 33% of the rural and 6% of the urban populations still do not have access to electricity. India's demand for power continues to challenge production ability, as more households move toward middle class and have the ability to afford more power, as well as the increased need for businesses operating in India. Though it is the world's fourth largest energy consumer after the US, China, and Russia, India currently suffers from a major shortage of electricity generation capacity. The per capita average annual domestic electricity consumption in India, for those with access, is currently 788 kilowatts, in contrast to the worldwide per capita of a range of 2,600 to 6,200 kilowatts. The International Energy Agency estimates India needs an investment of at least $135 billion to provide universal access of electricity to its population. But is it enough? While the world's largest democracy seems eager to make significant strides in the area of supplying power to its people, the democratic structure also slows progress, as issues and reforms take a long time to negotiate. The downside of democracy is slow and often painful changes. Additionally, Indian government and business agencies deal with a great deal of corruption, and it can be extremely challenging to make headway on projects unless there's a personal benefit to a government official. Though India continues to face a number of hurdles in regards to infrastructure development, the potential of this populous country is extraordinary. There is a distinct excitement and awareness from both domestic and foreign investors of the tremendous opportunity in this unique country. If you ask most Indians, the success of their country is as clear as the Indian head bobble.